Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're tuning in with the George King, I forgot the name of the show, the George King Talks podcast, with all my lovely guests around here and my team. We just thought now we've got a once in a lifetime special guest here today. Yes, Suzie. How are you doing, Suzie?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Welcome. I'm fine. Thank you very much. Lovely to see you here. Now, you said something to me a little while ago. I said you're a hypnotist. I asked if you was a hypnotist, and you was like, well, actually, I'm a.
You remember?
No, it was ABC, TTS, TTES,
RTT.
RT. I knew there was a T in there somewhere. RTT. Now, for those who don't know what RTT is, Suzie will explain. What is RTT?
It stands for Rapid Transformational Therapy.
Okay, and what does that mean?
Well, it's like a hybrid of all different therapies. So you use them all together as well as hypnotherapy, and it gets to the root cause of whatever issue it is that you've come to see me for.
Is this a new science?
I think early 2000s. So it's not. It's won lots of awards, lots of Stevie Awards. I think it's won like 7 Stevie Awards. It was created by Marissa Peer.
Okay. Marissa Peer, everybody. International Women's Day, don't forget. Celebrated this lady.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Amazing. What do you... I mean, have you ever met her? Is she still alive?
Yeah, she's the one that taught me.
Oh, sweet. So from the creator, you learned from the originator.
Yeah.
Fantastic stuff. And how long have you been doing... What made you get into it, and how long have you been doing it?
Well, I was a healer for about 20 years.
When you mean healer, you mean like Reiki?
Yeah, Reiki, energy healing. And then I studied counselling, and I thought there was just something missing from just talk therapy. So when I was looking at rapid transformational therapy, it combines talk therapy, but it's more rapid. So it works within 1 to 3 sessions usually, sometimes 1 or 2 more or 1 less. So I felt it was a lot different from talk therapy. So when you go into talk therapy, you can get to the bottom and you think, oh yeah, that's why I do that. But then you go away and you only know the reason why you do it. You don't fix that reason. So with this, you get to the bottom of why you do it, and then we rewire it. So you change that.
And how long does it take you for that process to kick in and work? I mean...
Okay, so from the session, we have a 2-hour session. I put you into hypnosis. Then I take you back to the root cause of whatever issue it is you've come to me for. And you see it through that child's eyes, because it's usually childhood trauma. So
what, do you regress them back to a younger a time of earlier age?
Yeah. And people come to me and say, I know when this started, and I know where it originates from, but it's usually always younger. And it's not always big traumas, and it's not really about the traumas that happen to you. It's about the belief that you take away about yourself. So you need to learn what it is that the belief you made about yourself, and then you rewire that. And I write a hypnosis for you. You go away and listen to that for every day for 21 days, and that rewires it for you.
So you take them back to childhood, find out the root problem or the cause of it, and it'll take how many sessions before they start taking control of that issue?
Well, I've done some anxieties and OCD in 1 session, phobias in 1 session. Weight usually takes a few more because it's complicated. There's usually quite a few different parts. A lot of anxiety is usually 3 sessions, but I haven't had to do more than 3 sessions. I've done a really good one on some client. I did 3 sessions, and she was really, really depressed, and she's absolutely fine now.
Fantastic. This is a sexist question, but do you normally what is the ratio of male to female?
It's quite equal, actually.
50-50, you say, around that same...
I think women find it easier to reach out.
Yeah.
Men will phone, have a conversation, and then say, I'll get back to you. And then it takes a while, but then they'll come back. But once I've done one session with them and it's worked, they'll come back for other situations. Yeah.
So, have you noticed that women will come in with a certain category of things, and men will come in with a certain category? Like, for instance, do you find depression is more under women than men, or vice versa? Do you find anxiety is more under women than men, or vice versa? This is what I'm trying to. Do you know what I mean?
Depression is the same.
So across the spectrum, 100,
but the
50,
reasons
50.
vary.
Right.
Anxiety, I find women, but I think more women reach out with anxiety. Men don't really like to say they suffer with anxiety.
I suffer with anxiety, not being clinically diagnosed with it, but I used to get this feeling and I didn't know what the feeling was, and I don't know what it is, but then I kind of dwelled into it to find out what this is before I thought I had anxiety, and and it's like you're kind of waiting for something to happen that's not happened yet, and you feel nervous, your stomach, that's what it is. It's like you constantly feel nervous about nothing, and or just going back to work. Really, a lot of time for me is the Sunday. I start getting anxiety. Not that I don't love my job. I love my job. I love the environment and everything. But it's a case of like I get anxious just on the Sunday or the Saturday night, knowing I've got the Sunday and then Monday I'm back to work, and I get that anxiety and I don't know why, But
well, if you see yourself as built up of a lot of parts, so anxiety will be one of them parts, and every part of you does something. So its job is to do what it thinks that you want it to do. So it's doing something for you.
Am I being psychoanalyzed right now?
Look into my eyes.
Thank you very much. We'll talk about sessions later. So, going off what have you ever, can you hypnotize yourself?
Yes.
What do you do? Look into a mirror and give it, look around the eyes. Don't look around the eyes. Look into the eyes.
No.
Or is it like a trance? You sit there and what's that word?
I meditate anyway.
Meditate, that's it.
I meditate anyway. But if I can't sleep, then I'll hypnotize myself to sleep.
What do you say to yourself? Right, I'm going to go sleep. I mean, you're going under, and the notion that you put into your head, because that is hypnosis, right?
Yeah.
So you put the notion is, right, I shall go bed. I shall be deep asleep within the next minute, and I shall be bright and awake at 6 a.m. Do you do that, like an internal clock?
It does work sometimes, actually, when you say that. I'm going to wake at this time.
Because your body has a clock, and you told it via hypnosis.
He's getting his money's worth for that thing, isn't
it? Dudes, before I move on and ask Suzie some more questions, you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Anything you guys want to ask?
Yeah, I'll jump right in here. When she first started, she hypnotised me, right?
Oh, yeah?
Right, listen to this, yeah?
Hang on.
What, waiting for this noise?
Sorry, my
actually,
as fat as my finger was,
I actually had a problem, right, with... I was addicted to Pepsi Max, right?
Yeah.
And this is like proper addicted to it, wasn't I? I'd come into work and in the morning I'd have had 2 or 3 cans in the morning, and I worked it out. I was on about between 20 and 25 cans a day, ridiculous amount of Pepsi Max. You got that bullshit in your head that it's not, there's no calories in it. It's all right for you. It's all this, that, and the other, but it's not. It's shit. So I wanted to get rid of it, right? So she's hypnotised me, which I thought was a load of bollocks. Ain't gonna work. She took me back to when I was about 2 or something like that. and we went right back in and I was like, gone, right? I could hear what was going on around me. I felt comfortable. I didn't feel like I was going to like cluck like a chicken or nothing, although I was worried. But, you know, bit of faith in her and all that business. Anyway, all we went through, you do cry, you sob like a kid, right, what she does to you, and you can't stop it. And it's like all this shit comes out of you that you it's in there somewhere we don't know about. And then she then says to you, put your arm around these kids that are you. So basically you parent yourself from little and you come forward, and then she wakes you up and all the rest of it, right? Does your recording, listen to the recording in your ear roll every night, blah, blah, blah. But I left her gaff, went to the shop, right, to pick something up, went across the road to the off licence to buy a can of Pepsi and bought a bottle of water. And that was over, what, nearly 2 years ago or whatever it was?
Yeah.
And I ain't had a fizzy drink since, right? And I don't want a Coke, nothing. Like, I used to drink rum and Coke. I won't have it in it. If we go out and I have a rum and Coke, I can't drink that, mate. I just don't like it. I'll have a lemonade with it instead. And I only have a lemonade if I go out. I don't drink fizzy drinks no more.
You know, that's really cool.
Honestly.
Well done. Let me just give you one of these. You're welcome. You know, but you still get one of these.
Pepsi Max is very common to be addicted to.
What about Monster?
Yes.
I am hooked on that fucking drink. I drink 3 cans a day. I have a cup of tea in the morning, and the next thing I put in my mouth is the Monster drink. Hold on a second.
I'm glad you said that and nothing else, John.
Right. Yeah, and I drink 3, 2, 4 of them a day. I know just one is crap.
Yeah.
So
really bad.
It looks like as we're going through this, I'm coming up with a load of different lists for me to come and visit you, and you'll get a lot more visits from me, especially in your Native American.
I don't dress up like that to hypnotise people.
Well, you get a lot more fellas coming, I'll tell you that much. Yeah. Yeah. So that's shout out with you, man. Jeez. Yeah, so that's good to know, because I mean, I've always liked hypnosis. You see the guy on the TV, you know, you're a chicken, you're a this, you know, and I'm like, it's good for a laugh. But not everybody can be hypnotized. You can't help everybody, can you? They're not susceptible.
Mate, I'm telling you, I thought there's no way on earth.
No, it's the state of mind, the kind of person you are. You just can't hypnotize some people.
Not true.
That's not true.
No.
So it's bullshit that they've been telling us all these years, just like the diet.
Yeah.
Just like that beef diet that Rob is on.
We done a session for you to stick to that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh man, you got to have some. Now it's your willpower kicking in from the little boost.
Yeah, seriously.
It's rewiring the brain.
Seriously. She hypnotised me thin.
Yeah. Because sometimes,
Grow my hair. That's on the title.
especially with weight, you hold on to, there's a part of you that believes you need to be bigger. And not in Rob's case, obviously, but some cases you can go back. A lot of people, when they're bigger, they like to keep weight on because it protects them, and you go back to abuse. So they feel like if they was bigger, they wouldn't be looked at, they wouldn't be paid attention to. So there's always a reason, and you have to get in there and you have to rewire that and tell them that they're bigger now, they can look after themselves. And once that is rewired, once that belief is rewired, it works, doesn't it?
We went back to when I was a kid, didn't we? And I was fighting a lot at school. I was bullied as a kid, being skinny, not being able to read and write and all the rest of it. You know, there's lots of bits and pieces. And that holding on to that weight thing. Because what done me...
Shoot. Rob, please, sorry, mate. I've just looked down because I'm keeping my... Jesus, mate, we've come to the end of the segment. We're going to cut off, and please, hold on. I'm going to come straight back to this. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back in a sec.